So, like I stated in the previous video that I released, where I stated that from my opinion, right, that the black community is allowing other individuals out there to dictate to us who is quote unquote a good boy and who is quote unquote a criminal, right? And it's pretty much the same old when it comes to America, right? They'll dictate and tell you like, yo, this is the good black man, this is the upstanding black man. Anybody else that is not of the same caliber level mentality, none of those matter. Just focus clearly on this and push away, anything else. Mind you, both Chris Rock and Will Smith are pretty successful, pretty influential, and they have made a name for themselves with their own name, right? They are household names, right? They are rich. They can enable, any person to, in a sense, get a job just by snapping their fingers. They can, in a sense, if they wanted to, change somebody's life just by donating money directly to somebody's bank account, right? And forever changing their lives. But this day, those two black men, no matter how influential they are, decided to change their own lives. To what course that will lead, we won't know up until the future decides to reveal that. But I'm not here for that. The main thing that I'm here for is what I stated in the previous video, which is that seemingly, right, the whole world cares about two black men, aka black on black crime, right? They care what black men do. They care what how they are perceived. They care if one gets, assaulted and the other one, you know, gets jail time and different things of that nature, right? But oddly enough, through all of this caring, there still seems to be a void. And that void seems to be that every single day that goes by, continuously in the black community, all of the people that are moving their mouths about Will Smith and Chris Rock, I don't hear them talking about the young black men that are continuously losing their lives. Here you see directly in front of you on the left side, you have five rappers, all of which either in 2020 or 2021, they ended up losing their lives to gun violence. Gun violence is highly prevalent in the black community by way of the socio-economic, pandemic or pandemic that has been set and put in place by others that are clearly in power, right? And a variety of other things that people can throw in there as well. But the fact of the matter is, right, that unlike the incidents that happened with Will Smith and Chris Rock, they are still alive at this moment in time. At any point in time, they can go to each other's house, they can go to a meeting, they can go to the red table talk, and they can have it out, and they can just decide to state that, you know what, I apologize. You know what, I'm sorry. You know what, I shouldn't have done that. The five black men that you see here who have their lives taken, they cannot go to the operative and state, yo, for whatever reason that you don't like me, hey, let's just squash this, let's let it be what it's going to be, let's try to make some money together, or however people want to sit up there and set it up. They can't go back there and do that. They can't go back there and see their families, right? They can't go to their children's birthdays or their family birthdays or to the cookout. With all of the money that they had, they can no longer influence somebody else's life by seeing a brother on the street and be like, you know what, I want you to stop doing this. Let me give you this so you can come with me, so I can build you up, so I can make you better, so that you don't have to be where I was. This is what I've heard from a lot of young black men like the five that you see directly to the left, what they've done with their money. A lot of the guys that you see that are around them, those are guys that are from the street. They're, in a sense, the best way that they can, trying to uplift and carry all of those guys with them and trying to keep them away, from that whole street life, the same exact way that they were able to uplift themselves and keep themselves, in a sense, out of that street life. I find it highly amazing that a lot of the individuals who choose to speak on this, more so specifically speaking black people, don't want to focus on the actual major issue, which is taking the lives of your sons, your uncles, your fathers, your best friends, your brothers, and in some instances, depending on how far it gets, the women that are directly in their lives or in your lives as well. And the downwards spiral or the downwards effect, right, that's going to take place due to the effect of this gun violence is the fact that even though it's not readily seen on video, just for the simple fact that we have a black and white worded record that this person lost their lives to another black man due to gun violence, and having other young black men either see this in the news or reads this, reinforces the idea of, hey, this black man right here that I see on the street, he is automatically my enemy. And if I see my enemy on the street, I'm going to have to automatically take his life in order for me to survive. Right? So within that, which is the normalcy before Will and Chris Rock even did what they did, we've always had this. It's always been prevalent. But just like most issues, a lot of black people decide that they don't want to focus on it, that they don't want to care about it because it's not their family, it's not their loved ones, it's not their friends, it's not their brother, it's not their best friend, it's not their classmate, it's not their father. So because it's not really affecting them on a level that they can actually see, that they're emotionally connected to, they don't care. But yet, for some odd reason, when we move the field over to Chris Rock, who is rich, Will Smith, who is rich, all of these people have their bills on auto pay. They have all the financial literacy in the world. In some instances, they own land and businesses and different things of that nature. A lot of stuff which most black people can't even comprehend, nor do they even hold in their hand at this moment in time. But for whatever reason, black people decided that, hey, I'm going to pick a side. I choose this side, I choose that side. I'm going to feel this certain type of way, I'm going to feel that type of way. But at the end of the day, no matter what side that we pick, no matter how much energy that we put directly into this, those two black men can basically come together and be like, you know what, my bad, I apologize and I'm sorry. So that means that all of that debating, that means that all of that energy, that means that all of that arguing with family and losing friendships and all these other things, just because two black male celebrities decided to fight, or I'm sorry, decided to have a scuffle in a sense. Better yet, not even a scuffle. They had a hit and run right at the Oscars. Because they decided to do this and people decided to pick sides, you know, all of that energy will be for nothing if they come at any point in time and just say, yo, I'm sorry, I apologize, I admit my fault in this situation. Which means that at the end of the day, people are clearly wasting energy on an issue realistically between two black men that's not even that serious, when clearly we have something that's way more serious, way more prevalent. And even at this moment in time of me filming, you more than likely just had a young black man just lose his life to gun violence yet again. So that was somebody's son, that was somebody's nephew, that was somebody's brother, that might have been somebody's brother-in-law, best friend, stepbrother. He might even have been a young uncle or something like that. Somebody's classmate. But yet, nobody's going to talk about that with the same exact intensity and energy online as I see on YouTube, Twitter, IG, and all these other places. They're not going to have that same exact energy as they have for two grown black men who actively decided to make their very own decisions, which created the scenario that they are currently in at this moment in time. Like I said, black people always state that they want to stop things and how that they don't have the power to stop things. Nobody in the black community has the power to stop Will Smith and Chris Rock from the interaction that they had. But the black community as a whole has the power to stop gun violence, has the power to stop these young black men at this moment in time for taking each other's life every minute, every second, every hour, every day, and every month of every year. But like I said before, black people will pick and choose what is the utmost importance at that given time. And at this given time, losing young black men is obviously not on that plate. The moment in time, black people choose to care about two rich black men who could realistically not really care about anything that involves these young black men, the examples that I gave to you, losing their lives, or the young black men that are in the black community, still trying to dig themselves out of a situation that they were born and brought directly into. So, like I said before, black people at the end of the day, which one do you choose? Do you still choose to focus on the issue, which realistically at the end of the day is not going to be an issue? Or do you choose to fix a problem that is prevalent and that still needs to be fixed because it is a consistent problem that is continuously taking the lives of our young men every single day in our communities?